Okay, so I'm about to pull up to school, but I forgot to tell you guys this story time. I guess you can issue a trigger warning. So when I was about 19 or so, this rapper, this local rapper, had reached out to me and was like, "Hey, I'm starting a clothing line. I would love for you to model for me or whatever. We're gonna do the photo shoot this and this day. Yada 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 yada." I'm like, "All right, cool." I forgot what he said he was gonna pay, but I was living in my mama's house at the time. I didn't have no money, and I told y'all like I was. It's gonna sound fucked up, but I was looking to be saved. Okay, any way that could take me out of my situation or help me get up out of it, that's where I was at. So the man was like, "Hey, I'm here, here, and here. Like, can you get to me?" And I was like, "Unfortunately, I don't have a car. We didn't have Uber and shit like that at the time." He was like, "Oh, no problem. I'll come get you." So he comes to get me, and then I realized, like, oh, like, eventually I started to figure out, like, what the fuck was going on there. And because he was like, "Oh, pack a bag, whatever." And I'm like, okay. So the man picks me up, and he's like, "Yeah, like, I think it was about an hour or so away." He was like, "Oh, you can spend the night here, and we'll do the photo shoot in the morning, and I'll take you home." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So, um, one of the red flags, one of the things that immediately just did not sit well in my spirit was the fact that, like, so it was a couple of other girls there, and he wanted me to sleep in the bed with him and the girl. And I'm thinking at first, I'm like, "Oh, this nigga's a rapper. It's probably extra rooms, whatever." Gullible, I know. So, what happened? So I'm asleep, and mind you, I didn't really sleep, but I was kind of in the bed and I was balled up because I was extremely uncomfortable. And I was like, as somebody that is a survivor of prior abuse, my only thought was, obviously this doesn't feel like a safe situation, and so, let me do whatever I need to do to get my ass home tomorrow. That's pretty much what I was thinking. So I'm in the bed and I'm kind of like balled up, but I couldn't sleep. And then I realized every time I would kind of doze off, the man would be like rubbing my leg and shit. And I was just like, "Oh, this is what this is." And I realized pretty fucking quickly, like, this nigga is not looking for models. He's trying to build a stable. Um, and so the next day, the girl, she was cool, she was cool. But the next day, he's like, "Yeah, take her to the mall, take her get her makeup and shit done, whoop, whoop, and then we're gonna do the pictures." And I hate to say this, but what I believe saved me, what I believe saved my life, was the fact that I did not fit whatever mold he wanted me to fit. I don't have a better way to put that. Like, for instance, they did my makeup and he was not happy with my makeup. He was not happy with how my makeup turned out. Also, um, I have always had like weight fluctuations from the time I was like little. So I was really, 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 really skinny growing up. And then I got like, when I went through puberty, I like really chunky. Say that like body was T, but like I already had like saggy boobies and stuff like that by the time I was like 13. And so he was trying to like, he kept telling me like, "Oh, like you can't wear a bra with this shirt." It was just a regular fucking t-shirt. "You can't wear a bra with this shirt." But like, of course, take the fucking bra off and my booby sag. So then when the picture gets taken, he's like aggravated because it doesn't look like how it's supposed to look. And so I'll never fucking forget that he talked a lot of shit. Okay, he did. He made me not feel very well about myself. But once again, like, I always tell y'all, like, learn to thank God for rejection, because I really feel like that projection is what saved my ass from getting trafficked. That projection is what saved me from whatever the fuck situation he was trying to put me in. I don't know how else to put it or say it. But I say that to say there are a lot of women, this is Los Angeles, okay, California, period, but there are a lot of women that get put in these types of situations and people be like, oh, how did you not know? You know, and I say all the time, I was raised by my dad. My daddy gave me the game. I always think about like how far worse I would be if I did not have my dad in my life. Like if I didn't have my dad to be like, yeah, ain't nothing happening. If I didn't have my daddy to give me the game, like I can't imagine how much worse off I would be. Damn homies. And people know how to prey on what you got going on. Because there's no fucking way. And mind you, my mama didn't give a fuck. I told my mama, well, like, oh, this is this, whatever, whatever. She's like, yeah, all right, see you tomorrow. There's no way any of my daughters or my goddaughters or anybody could have told me, like, yeah, you know, auntie, mommy, god, mommy, whatever, like, this is what I'm finna do, and this is where I'm finna go, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'd have been like, yeah, nah. What's bro information? What's bro Instagram? Woo out the bam, like the fuck? Like, I always think about that. Like, they get us because, or like me, a person like me that was in that situation, I was an easy target because I hated my situation. I was low on funds, whatever. I really thought this shit was a modeling gig. And remember I told y'all, like, when I was younger, I didn't have no fucking esteem myself. So this man is telling me, this man with a little money on is telling me, like, oh yeah, you're pretty. You know, I would love, you know, to take pictures of you whooping. My dumb ass is like, oh yeah, you're so into your daughters. So into your daughters. If you make them feel unstoppable, nobody will ever be able to get at them like that.